it.
I've always been a supporter of, she's a
And there's sign language too.
women, and she's black, and she'll be the first president candidate and she's black.
But in her gleeful state, she can't help but admit that the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because she's sexist and racist. Listen.
And a supporter of, she's a woman, and she's black.
This is open identitarianism. This is Marxism. This is what Stalin did. You're a part of the right group based on your skin color. You're part of the right group based on your identity. For them, Marxism was based on economic disparities. But now Marxism is based on intersectionalist identity, race, sexual orientation, sexual attraction, whatever. The list goes on. And we have Kamala Harris on camera, per my last video, go check out my last video, saying verbatim that we need to have equality of outcome, that people need to end up in the same place. That is blatantly communism. She didn't list, and this just goes into what I was describing earlier about how this is essentially a club of warfare on reality and masculinity and competence and objective parameters, because they didn't cite a single thing about why they want to vote for her in terms of a policy or a logical reason. Logic is the last thing on their minds. When you look at an image like this, you realize this is not politics going on. There's no ideas going on. There's only pure resentment, animalistic, reactionary instinct to competence, to a masculine billionaire saying he will enforce laws and preserve freedom and integrity and strength of the nation. All things that reference, again, objective reality. And I can't stress this enough. Degenerate women are enraged by this. They are infuriated.
And she'll be the first president candidate that I think she will win.
Look how deranged this is. You know what's crazy? So I was recently explaining to this person, I don't know if they're a real human because they only had 8 followers, but presumably it was a real human, that got extremely upset, a conservative who got upset at me pointing out the clinical research that has been done proving that a feminine temperament positively correlates with abiding in left-wing authoritarianism and tyranny. And the reason for that is because a degenerate female personality, a degenerate female psyche, if you will, does not highly prioritize an individual identity or objective parameters like reason, logic, or rationality. And so they resort to pure tribalism and emotionality, which is what you're seeing here, of course. That's what this is.
We're gonna win. We're gonna.
This is an adult. This is an adult human female. And only an adult human female is capable of this. And people have been saying on X, of course, throughout the day that the people that go to Kamala Harris rallies, apart from the concert goers, because most people are going for the concert, the free concert, but most of them are women. Most of the people that go are clearly deformed and broken women. They're ugly, they're overweight. You can look at their face and you know that there's something wrong with them. There's a look where you know that she's divorced, you know that she resents reality, you know that she resents masculinity, she's not capable of engaging in logic or accessing her reasoning faculties above her emotional knee-jerk reactions to displays of masculine authority and competence. They're the same type of women that will buy $12 wine and then sit and demonize billionaires because they're men, even though the billionaires create 50,000 times more value for the planet than they do in their entire lives. And as a matter of fact, these women are the ones that extract from the economy. For those of you who don't know, there's a fact which states 80% of all credit card consumer debt is held by women, which of course that is a fact, and therefore it is oppression to all the right people. And I love how sometimes my comment section is filled with people who can't stand reality, because what it shows is we're reaching the right people. We're angering all the right freaks, the people who are at war with reality itself. And they're people like this. They're people that sound like this, that talk like this. And also there's the sign language too, which is crazy. I've never seen that one before, but we also got to be inclusive to pass on the, the indoctrinated degenerate female personality onto people who are deaf, because, twerking on stage isn't enough.
Women, and she's black.
Wait, that should be a soundbite right there.
Black, and
Wait.
She's a woman.
She's a woman, and she's black.
She's a woman, and she's black.
Bro, and she's gleeful. This right here should completely clear me of all proverbial charges when I tried to describe to you that the left is primarily driven by resentment from single destroyed women who hate reality. This right here, like, I don't even have to. This justifies everything that I've been saying.
She's a woman, and she's black.
She's a woman, and she's black, bro. If one of you clips that and links me to a video, I will incorporate that into my channel in some way, because that's actually too funny. This is too funny. Or I should just do it myself, but that's actually incredible. She's a woman, and she's black.
She's a woman, and she's black.
Look at all these women behind her. They're overweight. They're disheveled. They're ugly. They're aging. Politics has taken on this interesting format where a lot of people going to the Kamala Harris rallies are trying to have a anti-reality party where they get together and say, objective reality, which brutally judges me in all ways of life, doesn't actually have to apply to me. That's what this club is. They get together and say that. Of course, they're wrong, because you lose when you go to war with reality. But think about what they're doing. They're rallying behind an incompetent woman who did not get to where she was because of merit. They're there to engage in collective disparaging of an alpha masculine billionaire who, via the competence hierarchies in capitalism, when competing with other men, proved himself to be competent. All of these women would say that they don't like Elon Musk, even though he's the most impressive human on the face of the planet, just because he's masculine and because the fact that he creates enormous value for the planet, by comparison, enrages them. It's an anti-reality club. The left is an anti-reality club. It's a club of resentment for varying forms of objective reality, whether that be masculinity, because masculinity is a synthesized apparatus for objective reality, or whether that be capitalism or science, as we so often see. But it's this personality archetype right here, and I've described it many times.
And she's black, and she'll be the first president candidate that I think she will win. And like I said, I'm all about.
Bro, look at this. They're old. Look at this. Where's your husband? Where's your husband, lady? Look at this. Look at this lady. Oh no. Where's your husband?
I'm all about people.
Like she's miserable, by the way. She's not happy. She has cats instead of kids. She's not married. This is the type of human that says Elon Musk is not impressive. This is that type of human. Why do we need this type of human in politics? What's super crazy to realize is that the left is openly racist. Think about it. This woman just said the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris, the first two things is that she's a woman and that she's black. The left is openly sexist and racist. She's purely reacting in an animalistic way based on resentment and identity politics. This is an identitarian statement right here.
Supporter of she's a woman and she's black.
Glee at stating that she's sexist and racist. But the best part is that this clip here is gonna get probably more than 50 million views on X of people mocking it, whereas less than 100,000 people are going to see it on CNN. So, of course, they take an L, obviously. Be sure to subscribe.